Hello everybody. Recently, I have done a lot in the city, so let's get started going over all that I did. So I think the first thing we should do is start with the Quickie Mart that's right here. I placed this because I think it looks really good. It kind of ties into a lower part of the city, and it goes right in between these train tracks, and it looks pretty nice. It's a good spot for it. Moving across the road, which comes over here, and connects to the new Tudor corner, which is right here and in this block. Follow this road down, go over the train tracks, and it leads you down there, or you can go up here. So here I have the Sanctum Sanctorum, and then lifted up 4 bricks I have the Townhouse from the Townhouse Pet Shop and Cafe. These are meant to be all residential buildings, by the way. And then raised up 4 bricks taller, so 8 bricks in total, is the X-Men Mansion. It's kind of meant to be a historical block moving up with elevation. It's all residential buildings. Looks like a residential building, I would say. This obviously is, and this can be too. I have to show it. I have a businessman out front. The X-Men Mansion I like here. If only it wasn't too far set back and maybe a little taller, but I think it's more just it's not as substantial because it's not a far up front because there's a big yard, but no problem. It looks pretty good. And then in front of it, this is going to be a road which comes up, but I don't know how exactly I'm going to do it yet, but all I know is it's going to be angled and come up like that. I think it's going to look really good. So then, if you've seen my 2025 plans, it obviously looks a lot different, but I announced then that what this was going to be, here it is, and then also what this was going to be, which is the Central Park. I've done so much in the recent time. It doesn't look like too much, but I promise you it's been a lot of hours of building. So I guess we can start off by the entrance. So if you follow down the Parisian Cafe, it's a nice corner block. You can keep going the sidewalk, and here's the main entrance, which has not been finished yet. I don't have all the pieces, but it looks pretty good. And for this entire area, I went with the primary of the dark bluish gray ingots and the quarter rounds on the end. I think it gives it a nice polished look. So right when you enter, you follow this, and there's a divergent path which leads down to a little flower bed I built. Looks pretty good. And then here, we can take this off. So I took this tree, and it was from originally the A-frame cabin, and this was the one that had all the red and the orange leaves. I didn't love it. I didn't think it fit in too well, but I took it, and I took all the pieces I had and just changed all the leaf colors, and I absolutely am in love with this tree. I think it looks really awesome. Then over here I have a woman walking her dog. Now I do want to point out before we go any further that none of this is done, not even close to done. Some of it like up here is, but we'll get to that, but especially down here it is not even close to done. So any suggestions, very welcome. So I really wanted this to be a nice open entrance. Then coming over here, I know it's not very realistic, but the train track does go through the park, and to get into the rest of the park, you have to cross over the train tracks. I know it's not realistic. Don't attack me. I'm sorry, but I like it. So the train comes down here and goes right through and down. I elevated this. That's a train crossing, and then the way to get over it, this is just a temporary tile. I have not changed that yet. But the idea is that you cross over this flexi track to kind of indicate where you cross over. I also just had to do that, but then I thought it was a nice transition to show which part was for crossing over. I don't think it looks too bad. The white tile will be changed. And I know it's, again, not the most realistic, but whatever. So then for the rest of it, I also forgot to mention, I think that I have a wall over here that's consistent through the whole park, but for another part of the wall, I have a nice tall, it's 6 flower leaves tall, I think it creates a nice looking hedge. I think it might be a little taller in the future, but I think for right now it looks pretty good. I want to go through and make them all a little closer. I don't really love the gap, but I think it's a nice way to separate the train tracks. It looks pretty good. And then over here, I have a lot of plans for this area as well. So over here, this area is, and all of this again can change, but for my plan right now, so I have this guy, is I want to have a dedicated dog area. So it's going to be a fenced in area, kind of like right here, which is all going to be for dogs. People can let their dogs run free. It's going to look really nice. Then over here, I want to have some sort of courts, public something, whether it's a tennis court, a basketball court, something like that, where people can come. Maybe a playground. I don't know. It's going to be some sort of recreational area. And then the plan is that there's going to be a lot of paths throughout. So this path is going to come down and it's going to lead to the dog park. Then it's going to make a huge circle. And it's also going to lead to the recreational area. And then right in the center, I'm going to have a circular, big water feature with a statue in the middle. Almost like a lake, but not a lake because it's man-made. Pretty much a massive statue. And then after the circle is finished, you head up this way. And this leads us into our next section, which holds the botanical garden. So as of right now, I have done this area because I really want to work on an entrance. This area is just yet to be done. And once I built this set, I really wanted to lift it and do the area around it. So I've kind of been working down, and I did this in the beginning. So that's why this middle area isn't done. But it also is going to have the most unique stuff. So I want to really take time and do that. Anyways, with that done, so once you move up here, this is the path which leads to the botanical garden. It is such a beautiful set. I don't really even have words to describe it. It's probably my favorite Lego set ever released. It's big, it's white, it's all glass, it's gorgeous. The arches, the detail work everywhere. I have nothing but good things to say about it. It came with a bunch of cool flower pieces, and I had half a base plate on each side. So I decided that I wanted to extend the gardens because I thought they were a little cramped, and if it was going to be a whole centerpiece, I thought it needed a little more. So on the first side, they're pretty similar on both sides, but you can see the path extends from right there. It's the best job I could do. But you have some people walking around here. It's the same path design. I used the tulips that were right here. Then I actually used, it's pretty cool, I used the flowers, these orange flowers that I used when I took them off of this tree to make that one. So I made flowers all along. And this is like a bush hedge to represent this is the end of the botanical garden. Then over here, I really like the look of this. It's just the leaves, and then the leaves on top with the flower pieces. Sorry, I'm not being too specific. And then over on the other side, same exact pattern, except I have some different flowers. So I use these flowers right here. And then, of course, the red ones from the tree. Path again, and then those same flowers. So I think it looks pretty good. So once you lead up the staircase, which I will be putting tiles on, I just have none. I also, when I ordered it, or when I got it for Christmas, I got the entrance gate as a gift with purchase, and I built that, and I think it looks really good. It comes with more of these trees, more of the flower pieces. The arch looks really nice, and it was also a chance for me to extend the path down here. So then over here, I continued this fence design, which is 2 masonry bricks tall and the 2x2 dark tan tiles on top. And then I added this as a little entrance, another entrance into the botanical garden, a side entrance. So if you're coming from this side of the street, you can get in. And this leads down, which I think looks pretty nice, and that leads into the next area. So one of the things I really want to do is, if you remember when I had the farm here, I really love the elevation of it. And now I really wanted to include more elevation, so I decided to go with 8 bricks tall, 4 bricks tall, and then flat. So this is the 4 bricks tall, and I think I made a pretty nice transition. So here's the corner one. It's hard to pick up on camera, but basically the way I did it was I just did green brick down, and then I just threw a whack of slopes, cheese slopes, a couple of these quarter rounds make rocks, and then a couple of these as well. I think it looks really, really nice. Also a bunch of the little L's, these things are a savior. But I think it looks really, really nice. I'm really happy with it. It's a nice transition, and then the same thing will be done going from here to down here, and then over here. Oh, sorry, it's in the way. This is going to be, this right here is just going to be here. So I didn't want it to be a straight line. I wanted it to kind of have a little bit of curve. So it's going to be same thing and then same thing down. I think it's going to look really nice. Then in this area, I don't exactly know what to do. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. I'm thinking maybe, I'm definitely doing a path. But maybe just like a walking trail with a couple trees will look nice. And then over here, I have big plans for this. So if you remember, I also had the farmer's market here, which I intended to keep, but it just didn't look right. It's my 3rd time creating a new farmer's market, but I want to do something here sort of with the farmer's market, but also a little different. So it starts as this small path because this is the 2nd entrance. And then over here is the main path, which will lead down and connect to that circular motion. So up here, I'm going to have a performer right here doing singing, something like that. And then I just want to have a lot of nice little picnic tables, benches, the picnic blankets, all with people just kind of chilling. It won't be a whole big stage. It'll just be some guys singing, and I want it to look like a really nice environment. Just really emphasize that it's not all buildings. It's also a place you can just come and walk and sit down and listen to nice music. I'm really excited to do that. And then as you move down, I want to include some vendors. And then at the bottom, I want to have the farmer's market again. So I want to use some carts. Like I have this hot dog cart. I have the corner kiosk. I have a bunch of those. And then down here, more of the farmer's market. So I'm excited to do that. It's going to be kind of my vendor part of the area. So yeah, I think that'll look really nice. So with that said, I do want to address one thing. Actually, 2 things. First of all, and this is the elephant in the room. Yes, these are fake green plates, 16 by 16s. I don't like to admit it, but they are fake. I've never used fake Lego in my life before, but 16 by 16 greens are so expensive, and you can't really build it with base plates up here. If I want to do the work under here, it's pretty ugly, but to raise it up, I need 16 by 16s, and I think the bright green personally is super ugly. The one that actually the Botanical Garden is built on, not here. I use the 16 by 16s, but the original set, and I think it's just not a nice color, so I wanted to use green. So my alternative was to use fake ones. I know they're not great, and they're definitely a little flimsy. They're not the best, but they actually have pretty strong clutch power. I found them at the dollar store for $1.25, and I needed quite a lot of them. I had a stack, probably this tall of them, more, and I needed a lot. And to do that, if I order real ones from Bricklink, I would have been looking at a couple $100s. So to only spend $30, $20, $30 to do this whole thing, I think it's really outweighs the benefits, the bad parts of it. So yeah. And then the second thing I wanted to say is, yes, these sides will be covered eventually. Also on that side, this will be covered, but on the back side, yes, that'll be covered. Don't worry, it's gonna look good. So that is kind of my plan for the city. It's how it's looking right now, as well as what I want to do in the future. I got so much done since you've last seen it. I think it's really probably my favorite part of the city right now. Downtown, love it still, of course, but this may be taking the top spot because it looks more than I can imagine. And looking up online, you can find a lot of downtowns, definitely, but you can't really find any central parks. Brixie does one, which I don't exactly love. And other than that, there's no other YouTubers who have a central park in their city. People have parks, but no one that's smack dab in the middle with elevation using Botanical Garden. I think it's perfect. So I think it's something unique. And it definitely has a long way to go. I would say this is the only fully complete part, which I'm so beyond happy with. I don't think I can express it. I mean, just look at all the colors. It's gorgeous. It's coming along though. I've gotten a lot done. It also requires a lot. It may not look like it, but it requires a heck of a lot of brick and door frames and all that underneath. Even to raise this up was a lot, but it's worth it. I love elevation. I don't have too much of it in my city. Something I definitely want to try to do more of, but that's it. So that is my Lego Central Park at this moment. No, I wouldn't say it's done, but it's on its way. It's moving fast. I've gotten, even just in this video alone, I'm sorry I didn't film any of the progress because I had someone over helping me and we weren't exactly filming, but I think it looks absolutely amazing and it's on its way to being done. I also want to take a special thank you to my friend who I won't name, but he also doesn't have a YouTube channel, unfortunately. But I want to thank him because without him, pretty much this entire city would not be done. But he also came over, we worked on this for probably about 6 hours and really just grinded it out. I got all the pieces, I built a lot of the foundations, and then we kind of just went ham at it. And I think what it's looking like right now is absolutely amazing, so thank you to him. Alright, thank you so much for watching. This video has cost me a lot of money, a lot of parts, and a lot of time. So if you can, please subscribe, like the video, comment anything you can. I really want to try to put Bricksboro out there, get some more subscribers, but thank you so much for everyone who's subscribed so far. Right now, at the time of filming this outro, we're at 87 subscribers, so thank you so much, and have an amazing day. Bye-bye.